It was Pacific Southwest Airlines Flight 182 from Sacramento and Los Angeles. 129 passengers and a crew of 7 on final approach to San Diego's Lindbergh Field. John Britton of NBC affiliate KCST was an eyewitness.
We were down at the service station 2 blocks away here doing a very routine story about a vapor recovery. I was interviewing the chairman of the Board of Supervisors, Lucille Moore. We heard a crash overhead. We looked up. She said, "Oh my God." We saw a Cessna rolling to the ground, spinning round and round. At first we thought there might have been an explosion of a small Cessna here. And then right after the impact, you see right there, behind us we heard a tremendous explosion. We turned around, there was smoke shooting 300-400 feet up into the air. We knew at that point it was a lot more than just a single plane, and of course we found out later it wasn't an airliner. We came down here to the scene. We were 2 blocks away. When we got here, there were no firemen, there were no policemen here. Cameraman Steve Howe got out, went up to the flames, started filming. There was wreckage from the airplane shooting out in all directions, literally. One piece came within about 15 inches of missing my head. At that point, we backed off and got a little further away, realizing that this was nothing to be messing around with.
At least 14 homes were destroyed by the jet as it apparently cartwheeled through a crowded neighborhood. Some witnesses said the plane exploded in the air. Chunks were scattered over a mile area in the North Park section of the city, about 3 miles from the airport. There were bodies all over the half-block section that was demolished by the jet, but there were also bodies on the rooftops nearby. One witness said there were people falling from the plane as it was still coming through the air.
And there was shrapnel flying around, houses, screams, dead people. That's about all I could tell you.
Hours after the crash, rescue workers were still looking through the neighborhood for more bodies. They still have no idea how many people on the ground, in the houses, or on the street were killed in the crash. The injured told of being knocked to the ground by 2 explosions and sheets of flame covering their houses. A temporary morgue was set up in a high school near the crash scene. Every law agency in the area had sent people in to aid in the recovery. Crowd control was difficult. At least one person was arrested for looting. There is no speculation on the cause of the crash. The small Cessna was practicing touch-and-go landings using instrument approaches, even though it was a clear day. There was one report the pilot of the jet radioed the tower he was going down. The plane's flight recorder was recovered from the wreckage. The National Transportation Safety Board has begun its investigation.